Hi everyone, this is Derek Crook, and I'm going to be doing an audio analysis of Infamous Second Son. It is the third installment in the series, developed by Sucker Punch Productions. I'm going to be breaking down each section by the audio aspects. So the first section is going to be the music of the game. The audio designer for Second Son was Brad Meyer, and I have to say he did a pretty good job at encapsulating the kind of feel that he wanted to produce with this video game. I'd say that the music fit very well with what he was trying to convey during each scene.
Shoot, get out of here! That was close.
Another thing they did really well was the music outside of the battles. They never drew attention to it, which is very important because you never want it to be too attention drawing, because then if it is, you'll get sucked out of the game. You'll start to focus more on the music and wonder why it's so ridiculous when you're just, wandering around the city.
See things differently now.
What I would say they did really well was the tension level of the battles during their music. They would make sure that it matched up pretty well. They would never make it go overwhelmingly to the point of where it was almost distracting. It was to the point of where when the battle was somewhat intense, they would have kind of a low tension music, and then as you would start to be more in a chaotic battle, the music would become more chaotic as well. All of the music sounds very clean, as if it fits where it should go. It never feels out of place or feels like, they're trying to make the scenes seem more chaotic or more intense than it should be. The main character of the game is Delsin Rowe, who is voiced by Troy Baker. Troy Baker is also known for his voice acting in other big games such as The Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, and Batman Arkham City.
Yeah, I just didn't feel all that accomplished tonight, but you look amazing. It looks great on you, seriously.
What were you doing up on the roof?
Another thing they did very well in the game was the relationship between each character and the dialogue that would take place during their, cutscenes and things like that. Delson and his brother Reggie, who was voiced by Travis Wilhelm, would argue, and it would actually sound very believable.
There's a lot of scary shit in the world, and while I'm out there actually trying to assert my talent,
You're trying
and
to
cause...
assert your talent. I mean, what the
Why
hell
do you
are you
always
even
do
talking
this,
about?
Reggie? Why don't you just let me
Explain
be
it
who
to me.
I
Tell me
am?
what big, bad,
If you would
scary
listen,
shit you're
I
gonna
would
stare us
explain
from.
it to
Really?
you.
Because I don't seem to get
Reggie.
it. What?
Truck.
Wow, that was informative.
Another thing they did really well was making sure that when there was dialogue, you would hear it clearly. There were many times where often you'd be talking to people on the phone or things like that, and they would actually kind of drown out any action or anything like that that'd be going on, so you would clearly hear what was being said, so you didn't have to miss anything.
Drugs. Hey, Fetch, I'm gonna tag all the votes with drugs to make it easier for you to know which one to take out.
Man, can't you ever go like 5 minutes without tagging?
Another aspect I want to cover with the dialogue are the citizens in the streets and things like that, the NPCs, where it's a small detail, but they'll actually yell things at you and say things to you when you bump into them, and it just makes them feel more like an actual part of the game.
I didn't see you battling my way.
Some of the aspects that drew my attention toward the environment was the fact that depending on what place of the city you were in, you would hear different ambient sounds. For instance, when you were at the shore or near the water, you would start to hear seagulls or water around you, which was pretty interesting, pretty cool. Another thing they did really well was that they made sure that the sounds of the day were matched up really well. For instance, in the scene it's raining out and you can hear raindrops hitting against windows, hitting against cars, hitting against the ground, and it sounds very well done. Another aspect of the environment they did really well was the fact that, as you were on rooftops or traveling around, you would also hear sirens throughout the streets, cars, and things like that. Just giving you kind of, I guess, a sense of that you're in the city, that there's crime taking place, and there's, crime that you need to go and take care of.
This must be the mothership.
The last section we're going to be covering is the sound effects.
Are you okay?
Now this was definitely a very, very important part to this aspect, considering the fact that they were exploring a lot of sci-fi kind of sounds and things like that that I felt was by far one of the best aspects of the game. What they did really well with the sound effects was the fact that we have nothing to really compare to what these superpowers would sound like in our everyday lives, but they made it sound very believable in the game. Would make it really sound how you would expect it to sound, not something goofy or weird, but still something powerful and believable at the same time. What was impressive was how unique each superpower sounded amongst each other. I thought that it was actually very impressive how they could make, something as neon or smoke sound powerful. You want to make those sound powerful, and I felt that they did a very good job at making those actually convincing and making them sound powerful. The last thing that I felt that they did a very good job on, which was a very minor detail, but I felt was actually very important, was the sound effects they added in the menu screen. When you would be clicking amongst each of the level upgrades, you would hear some sound effects and things like that. Just so, it didn't sound very bland, just so, because if that was silent in the menu, it might have sucked you out of the game. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.